knows
Hello and welcome to the D20 Future Show. I am, as always, your host and your GM, Richard, and these idiots have decided to talk over the credits again.
It's basically just what we do.
Yeah, you can't trick us by not telling us when the credits are. We need to fill dead air. Can't have any dead air.
You had every option to just be quiet. You knew what I was doing. I was giving you the visual indication that the music was playing.
Exactly.
Hello and welcome to the D20 Future Show. I am, as always, your host and your GM, Richard, and today we are playing the second half of our Expanse adventure, Teen Trouble. This is for the Expanse RPG, which is, reflecting my ring light really badly, which is super good. It's available from Green Ronin. If you're in America, you can probably get a copy of the book from their store. If you're not in America, they're having shipping issues because of, life. So, wow, Hayuni's back and piling the pressure on for my Belter accent. We'll see. The Expanse RPG, based on the books by James S.A. Corey, which I wanted to reach for and then realised I read it and put it on the bookshelf for books I've read. So it's not there. It's really, really good. It's based on the adventure game engine, or action game engine, I can't remember which. It should be here. The adventure game engine, which is a 3d6 system. So all of our players will be rolling 3d6, one of which is a different colour, and that is known as the drama die. Which controls many things. Adam, show us your dice.
Oh, I go back in time. I've already done it. There you go.
There we go. Beautiful dice. Those were an investment.
Spenny dice. Spenny dice.
Excellent. Yes, Harold, I haven't yet started book 4, but yes, it is stressful, but they're so good. The TV show is also really, really good. It is set in a future where mankind is travelling around the solar system and has colonised much of it. But our story focuses on the crew of the Planks Unconstant, which is an ice hauler, where they work not as ice haulers, but as freelancers doing whatever money, whatever people will pay them to do. We're going to get onto the recap in a bit, but first we've got some admin. The first of which is that this show is brought to you by Fantasy Adventure, the game that I can't find on... there we go. Fantasy Adventure, the simple fantasy RPG that I will try and plug better when I've clicked on the right window.
You got this.
This show is brought to you by...
At all.
Sorry.
Sorry,
that was funny.
This show is brought to you by the mute button on Discord. This show is brought to you by Fantasy Adventure, the simple D20-based fantasy role-playing game by me, this guy. It's available on itch for $5. It's really good value at $5. It is not a 300-page hardback full of bespoke digital painted art, but it is a really fun, simple system, particularly good for introducing new people, including children, to how tabletop RPGs work. One of these days, we're going to run a stream of it on here, and you will be able to see how well it runs. It's real easy. It's designed for one-shots. You can do character generation in minutes. You can be having fun within a few seconds more. It's really good, and I'm a bit biased because I wrote it, but it's cool.
Someone who was an initial tester, it is pretty good.
Yeah, Adam is definitely one of the initial playtesters. Cool. Okay, shall we move to... Here we go. We're going to move to this card within... this is why people have... Didn't get that right. This is why people have other people doing the tech for their shows. Yes, so this adventure, Teen Trouble, is a one-page adventure for the Expanse RPG, written as part of the Expanse RPG Facebook group's one-page adventure jam. If you want to write a one-page adventure for the Expanse RPG and join the Facebook group, you could get in, could be in line to win some cool prizes. You have 3 days left to do it though, so you might need to get a wriggle on. But you could do that. Alex, do you need to move where you can see? Because
there we go.
definitely. Well, you're just squinting. I just want to make sure you're comfortable before we get going. You're beautifully lit.
The sun will come round in a minute.
Okay,
it's not really a good position to sit, to be honest with you, where it's not in my face.
Fair enough.
Other than slightly sideways like this.
Okay, well, as Alex ducks back into the sunlight, enjoy him in high definition while it lasts. We were doing a recap. So these players are the crew of the Planck's Constant. Tell us about your character.
Unconstant.
The Planck's Unconstant.
Whoa. Get your lore right.
Apologies, but nice to know you're invested. Adam, tell us about Nico.
Oh, I was not ready for this. I'm Nico, played by me.
Whoa, Alex, try not to go into too much. Sorry, Adam, try not to go into too much detail.
He's I think his former military. Used to be in the Navy. I don't know. The thing is, you guys know about the Expanse world. I could never get into it. I have tried multiple times. I've never been able to get into it. And I do apologise for that because I know that's like basically like insulting your mother by saying that, but
not quite. I'm fonder of my mother than I am of the Expanse. I think it's fair to say, but the Expanse is rad, and we're going to spend a lot of time there over the next year or so. So
yeah, he used to be in the military, and he's a man.
Okay,
there you go. What do you want from me?
Viewers, the character art would suggest otherwise, but that's fine.
Well, Nico's a guy's name, isn't it?
Nico is not a guy.
No, never mind.
I mean, your Nico clearly is, but Nico is a pilot.
Doesn't specify gender on the page. Let's have this argument out now, live on air.
Okay.
The page doesn't have any gender on it at all. I've looked for this specifically.
Okay, I mean,
because I couldn't tell.
I know it's not cool to assume gender these days, but those are definitely a woman's hips. If he's a trans man, then that's.
Oh, yes. What year is it?
It's like 2130, I think. So however Nico defines themselves. That's what you are. But you are from Earth. You were born down the gravity well, and you used to be in the Navy, but you quit military life to become an independent person. That's your thing. Cool, good to know. Alex, tell us about Casey.
Sorry, I was looking for something on Nico's there to say that it was a girl. Casey is a Martian, an ex-Martian soldier, good in a brawl, a little out of touch with the authority, not too great at following rules, which is why is not still in the military and is now freelancing work-wise. But other than that, a pretty good all-round soldier.
Okay. Yeah, definitely handy when things throw down. And George, tell us about Izzy.
Yeah, Izzy is a tech-savvy belter with a bit of a criminal past. But she is looking to put that behind her and go straight.
And how is that going?
Well, baby steps.
So, somebody pick up the story. What are the crew of the Planck's Unconstant? What have they just done?
I knocked out an entitled kid. That's pretty much all I remember from last time. One punched.
Yeah, you did.
That's
One
all I remember.
Flying sucker punch from nowhere.
Yeah, that's all I remember.
Okay. Would anyone like to provide any context for the single memory that Adam has of 2 weeks ago?
We were hired by this kid's parents to deliver him as a disruptive member of the youth to a correctional facility of some description, which was on Mars.
It is on Mars. Troubled Teens Incorporated is the organisation.
A convincing name if ever I heard one.
Which yes, Stephen and Alyssa Van Yong. There we go. So I was trying to show it to Alex, but that's not how cameras work. There they are. They hired the crew of the Planck's Unconstant to abduct their son Braden. There he is. Don't you just want to punch him in the face? Braden.
Many of us did.
Yeah, yes, you did. Braden, who wears a backwards baseball cap, has an apartment on Luna. Whenever possible, he does. He has an apartment on Luna, from which you abducted him and took him to Mars, where you handed him over to Fish D. Cuffs and Gorilla and a couple of other belters, who put a bag over his head and took him away. And that, with a certain amount of suspicion from everybody, is pretty much where we pick up the story.
Would like to add at that point that we did confirm with his parents that we should hand him over to the belters that we were slightly suspicious of.
Yep, yeah, no, you were. I think slightly is an underestimate as to how suspicious that your characters were, but they had the paperwork to prove that they were indeed Troubled Teens Incorporated, and they had been signed over, and you waited for a confirmation message from Stephen Van Yong, who I seem to remember you thought was probably the more grounded of the two, to be absolutely double sure that they really wanted you to hand over their teenage son, who you had abducted, to these slightly sketchy looking belters. And they said, yes, that is what we want. That is what we've arranged to do. They are the people we mean to take away our son and give him some tough love. So everyone's cool with that, and no one's suspicious, and that's where we pick up our story. There is one more piece of admin to cover, and that is #MaxTheChurn. The Expanse RPG has a mechanic called the Churn, which essentially, the way the universe turns means that something's going to go wrong at some point, and it's going to happen to you. And so, whenever, and there's a series of conditions, a character succeeds on an ability test with 6 or on the drama die, whenever a character spends 4 or more stunt points, we'll talk about stunt points when they come up, performing a stunt, whenever fortune points, which are like hit points in this game, but they can be used to modify the dice, whenever you do that, whenever characters overcome an encounter or hazard, or at the end of every scene, the churn is advanced by 1. When the churn hits 10, 20 and 30, there is a potential for something bad to happen. The churn is currently on 15?
15.
On 15, but these idiots have decided they're going to do everything they can to hit 30 by the end of the adventure.
Well, the aim was to hit it by the time before we left the moon, but
I calmed the waters a little bit because I
You
got
did.
cold feet.
you got nervous and you actually spent stunts. Reducing the churn. So that gives everybody up to speed as to what is going on. We're going to pick up the story as the Planck's Unconstant takes off. You lift off from Mars. You are cleared by the Martian Navy, and then you get an alert on the communication system. It goes diddly-dee, 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 and there is a new message.
I open the message.
It is Alyssa Van Yong, and she has been crying.
Great.
She says, "We've made a terrible mistake. We've made a terrible mistake. They're not a legitimate organisation. They've kidnapped my son.
Right.
I know you're probably too far away to get this message. There'll be a delay. So we need you to go and rescue our son.
How much are you going to pay us?
Please, if you're willing to, I appreciate that we will have to negotiate a new price, but please respond to this message as soon as you get it, so that we could do so." and the message ends.
Can we leave it 5? Stir the pot a bit more. I reckon we can double the price if we just wait 5 minutes.
Let's just orbit Mars for a little bit. Let the waters calm. We can make some serious money.
So I just navigate a orbit around Mars where we will periodically pass over where we left off, so that I can quickly get back down again.
I mean, that is very much how orbits work. Yep.
No, but then the Mars will spin round, won't it? So.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure Nico is capable of keeping us close enough that if we need to land.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No. You could do
adjustment every orbit to keep in line.
Can we like monitor the ground level in some way to try and keep a track of where these people have gone?
That's the question. Yeah. Do we have like ground scanners?
Sadly, because all of Mars is indoors, no. Because Mars is a series of domes because the terraforming project is not complete on Mars. It is something that Mars is very serious about doing, but is yet to do it. So as you hover roughly geostationary over the location, you wait in order to crank up the tension.
Yeah, we'll wait. Maybe
bunch of jerks.
Not wait too long.
I just wonder what's the delay? Is it 7 minutes? Did you say?
I'll have to guess.
I think it was between 5 and 7 minutes. I think.
If it's like 7 minutes, let's wait 13.5 minutes before responding.
Ooh. It's really cranking up the tension.
That's going to be a longer time to look it up than if I just.
It's just on the assumption that I'm waiting until just before they would respond, knowing that we're ignoring their answer.
Okay, so you're waiting just long enough for them to realise that you haven't sent a message back immediately.
But then to send one so that then there's like messages coming back and forth, yeah.
Brilliant, okay. Here we go. I've got this cool map of the Expanse system. Which includes communication time between Mars and Earth is 4 minutes. So you're going to wait.
Yeah, so wait 7 minutes.
7 minutes, and then send what message?
How do we approach this? Do we go?
Do we
spend
7 minutes working out how to respond?
Or do we try and like go in intimidating? Like
we
are the only hope for your son.
You've brought us here.
Yeah.
We asked you if it was right. You said it was right.
You've wasted our time. You've wasted our resources.
And now you want us to get into some.
And now we're going back
for this.
Yeah.
This is a lot more dangerous than. This is a lot more dangerous.
They were armed as well. Were they armed when we handed over?
They were armed.
It doesn't matter if they were armed or not. We're telling them we're armed.
But they had like actual guns and stuff, didn't they?
They had cool accents. They did. They had good accents. I would like to talk to some of them again.
They had apparently.
I'm sure we'll get around to that.
Dead-on belter accents. So we'll see if I can recreate that magic 2 weeks later.
Who's the best at talking out of us? We need this to come across convincingly intimidating.
I'm not.
Who has the best communication score? That doesn't necessarily mean you're the worst.
Pretty bad myself, also.
Izzy, with a communication score of 1,
there you go.
Is the best.
looks like I'm sending the message.
Okay, what is the message that you send?
Okay, so I'll record this. Mr. and Mrs. Van Yong, this was not part of our arrangement. We even made specific precautions in order to deliver your son as per your request. This current arrangement is not agreeable at all. We will definitely need to renegotiate the price. I'm afraid ours is 10 times your original asking price. That is the rate that it goes at, I'm afraid. Need I remind you, we are the only hope for your son at this point. The guards we delivered him to were armed and dangerous, and it will take extreme effort on our part to recover your son. Let us know your response as soon as you get this message.
Okay, as soon as you said that message, another message comes through, and this time, Alyssa Van Yong is just in floods of tears. She said, "Hello, there seems to have been some terrible mistake. You don't seem to have got my message. I know that you would message me straight back as soon as you've got this. So I really need you to hear this. They kidnapped Braden. They've kidnapped him, and they've sent a ransom demand, and it's." The ransom demand is for like 5 times the amount we paid you just to transport him. It's this is so awful. Just please let me know you've got this message. Let me know you're willing to help. Of course, we'll pay you more. We'll double the fee that we paid you. We've got a location. We've got just a little bit of information about what they want, and we just need you to go and rescue our son, please. And it cuts off.
Right, we'll wait until they respond to our actual message.
About what is it? Let me work out this. About 5 minutes later, Stephen Van Yong appears on the screen. He too has been crying. He says, "We got your message. I don't think you have a realistic idea of quite how much money we were paying you beforehand. For 10 times, I could almost certainly bribe the Martian police to sort this out, but I need it done discreetly. We will offer you a fee of treble what we paid you for the initial job to go and rescue my son. On the other hand, Van Yong Holdings is a not insignificant organisation, and we can make a freelancer crew's life very difficult. Do not test me on this. Please rescue my son." And the message at the end of the message, a little information packet arrives, which appears to have the location that the ransom is to be taken to.
Let's just leave it another 8 minutes. Don't respond. Just wait another 8
Okay.
I wouldn't wait too long. No,
Yeah.
I think it's. I think we accept this.
Right, do we accept it though, or do we try and press for more?
I'm pressing for more.
No,
Press
we're
for
not
more.
going to get
I'm
more than we're
committed
not
to
going to
that
get more
10
than 5
times.
times as much. So because that's the fee for it anyway, they probably wouldn't want to go for a ransom, but at the same time, it's safer to pay the ransom than it is to get a crew of people going and start a firefight, isn't it? So I think 3 times is probably about as much as we can reasonably push for.
So
I think
you've got the devil on one shoulder, and you've got Izzy. You've got the devil on one
Why
shoulder,
is it
and
my
you've got the
decision?
angel on the other shoulder.
Addy's
Because
our
we're both
leader,
saying the
but he's
opposite
been
things.
so quiet. What would he do?
What would Addy do?
Oh, I can tell you that Addy would say that you should accept whatever money you're offered
Of
and get
course
on with
he
it.
would. Of
That
course
is
he
what
would.
he would say.
That is what he'd say. That's just like him as well.
Yeah, that's exactly what he would say. In fact, Addy comes in and he says that. Viewers, Charlie
Where have
can't
you
make it
been?
this week. I've just been asleep. It's been a rough day. I'm not
There's
feeling
stuff
well.
going on. Enough sleeping. There's stuff going on.
So-
Get in here.
Addy goes
Like the
back to
space
bed.
version of jet lag. Okay.
Right. So,
So
are we
I
going to
will,
accept this to actually move on the story?
For the
Yeah,
sake of plot,
I'll send a return message back.
Yep.
Saying
10 times agreed. Good. We'll get you some.
your terms are agreeable. We will extract your son for you, and then message ends.
Okay. All right. So you have the location, which is so it's a warehouse in an industrial area outside Martinez Town on Mars. which is not a million miles from where you are. If you were to land at the same on the same docking bay, you would, with a short walk, you'd be able to get to
Is there a
Martinez
different
Town.
docking bay we can land on to try and keep as discreet as possible?
Give me an intelligence. Here we go. Let's have it's just a straight up intelligence roll. If you can make that and see if you can find a more appropriate place to land.
Cool. I'd say
Is that Izzy or is that
13.
Nico? Because
Izzy has done that. Izzy has done a quick search and has found actually. So the warehouse district has some commercial docking bays, one of which would be easy enough to book, and she does so for a small fee. And so, Casey, you now have a new place to fly to. It is a docking
That's
bay.
coming out of Addy's cut, isn't it? That's.
Oh
that's
yeah,
Addy's
it was
pocket.
Oh, sure.
his call, really.
Addy pops in and says, "Yes, absolutely. You can take it out of my cut for the sake of
Yeah,
advancing the story."
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's good. Good. Just checking, just making sure. Don't worry.
He's not going to have a cut by the end of this episode.
the enormous bribe you start paying people to make it. Yeah, and you then land in this just outside Martinez Town on some commercial docking bays. You are kind of a small ship. Everything else you can see are clearly freight haulage ships, almost certainly just shuttles to larger ships. But nonetheless, slightly larger than the Plankton Constant, which looks a little bit kind of slightly out of place. But yeah, you land, you dock, pay the docking fees, and you know that it's about maybe a 5-minute walk in the low Martian gravity to reach this warehouse.
I'm assuming we're taking plenty of guns and bits with us.
I assume that you take your guns. Is there? I mean, essentially, if it's on your character sheet, then you have that. If there's anything else you'd like to do specifically to prepare before you leave the ship, other than hand the keys to Addy and tell him he can put whatever radio station on he likes, then please let me know.
Can I try and improvise and make some explosives?
Ooh. Okay. Make an intelligence explosive. Is it intelligence? There is an explosives focus. Let me try and find it. Yeah.
Probably don't have it.
Make an intelligence demolitions test. So you won't have the focus, but you can still make the test.
Sure. I'm going to change and spend fortune to change one of the results.
Yep.
So I rolled a 4, a 6, and a 2.
Okay.
I'm going to change the 2 into a 6.
Okay.
So that makes it 17, I believe.
Okay, and what is the value on the drama dice?
They weren't duplicates.
Okay, but it doesn't matter. But what's the value on the drama dice?
4.
4. Okay, it just gives an indication. So when the drama dice gives an indication of the level of success rather than just the total number.
Sure.
So if you succeed by the skin of your teeth but roll 6 on the drama dice, as far as the rules are concerned, it is ineffective. So I'm now flicking through to try and find a grenade rule. I think there is something in here about equipment that will allow me to weapon range. I'll look in the NPCs. There'll bound to be one of them has got a grenade. Should tell me. All right, so you have a pipe bomb of reasonable quality. You've managed to improvise. One of them's got a grenade. Excellent. Okay. So you have a grenade.
Fantastic.
Excellent. Does anybody else want to do anything else before you head to the warehouse?
No.
In which case, if you're a player, you can open up the warehouse map.
Ooh,
Ah, spoilers.
exciting.
And
How do I?
Nice.
Oh, it's up. Is it up there? Yes. Oh, it's a warehouse.
And for viewers at home, there's the warehouse map. See if I can just. No, can't zoom out. There it is. There's the warehouse map, drawn in Arkenforge, which is an excellent virtual tabletop piece of software that allows you to draw maps. There you go. So that's it. We're going to go back to, however, the cast, but that's the map we're working from. So, as you approach the front gate, the gates to the south as the map is drawn, there is, just inside the gates, which are open, there is a small hut.
Okay. Is there a person in the hut?
There are, as you approach the hut, you see there are 2 security guards. They are clearly Martians from their kind of height and bearing.
Do they happen to be saying anything? Can I have a listen check to hear what they're talking about?
Yeah, you can absolutely do a listen check to hear what they're talking about.
Are we walking up in clear sight of these guys?
That is an important question that you need to decide. How are you
I
approaching?
just want Richard to do the accent. Why are you
Let's go stealthy.
Yeah, we'll stealth.
While-
Yeah, we'll stealth it.
Nico listens.
Okay, make a listen
I want
check.
Richard to do the voices. Is that just perception? I assume if
It is a perception listening test. Yes.
Cool. Right. So I've got nothing special, but 14
You've got a 14.
with
and
a
you
4 on the drama dice.
Okay. So you hear the 2 of them are talking, and one of them says, "Now look, the only thing you need to know about Belda Sports is that it's the microgravity. It means that it doesn't count. It doesn't work." And the other one says, "Now hold on. Sport is sport. If there's a ball and a line, it's a sport. The fact that it ain't football like we play it on Mars doesn't mean that it's not a sport."
Anything else?
The argument continues as to whether or not Belter Sports can count.
It doesn't count for records, but the actual sport itself is fine. But in terms of records, they don't count.
Good to have Nico's perspective on it.
That. She just walks in and goes, "Right, here you go. Right, here's my point on your argument." Now.
Is that? You don't do that? Okay, you don't walk up and just go.
I can if you want. Just go straight in.
It would be super funny.
All right, screw it. We're doing it. So I walk in and go, "All right, guys. The sports themselves are fine, because at the end of the day, each team is playing under the same conditions. But when it comes to distance records, you can't let that count compared to an Earth record. Like you said,
who the hell are you?
I'm Jeff. I'm not Jeffrey, because that's a guy's name. Jennifer, from inside the warehouse.
Okay, that's a big old bluff.
What's that? I don't know what that is. Communication, is that?
That is a communication deception test.
Okay. Oh, interesting things are going to happen, Richard. I'm telling you now.
Okay.
So I rolled 2 6s and a 1. So
okay.
That's 13.
Yeah.
But with a 6 on the drama dice. How do I do that, George?
You spend your fortune.
So you have 20 fortune and
I don't
whatever.
have a pen.
Viewers,
I'll get a pen. I'll get a pen.
I cannot tell you.
I've got a pen. Shut up. I've got a pen. Right. So how many points do I need to do that?
So
turn a 1 into a 6. It's 5, right?
It's 6 points to turn a 1 into a 6.
Okay, so
it's the value of the dice. So you're turning that into 18. That's 3 6s as you attempt to bluff that. You are, quote, Jennifer from the warehouse.
Yes, but also. Okay, yeah, and I'm gonna use investigation down the rabbit hole. The GM also provides a brand new lead about a new subject that will lead to great rewards.
Yes.
Okay. I don't think that you could do that on a communication deception test.
Oh, what?
I think that's that's some sort of investigation test.
Close enough.
Some would say it is not. Okay, so you have down the rabbit hole. Where's that? I'm looking at the wrong thing. I think no. So where is this down the rabbit hole?
It's an infiltration. Investigation. I'll give you that.
Okay, so it's in a completely different thing. So
Right, never mind.
other than that,
Class clown, then I'll use class clown then. Your words lighten the mood, imposing a -2 penalty on all enemies' initiative rolls if a fight breaks out. There you go.
okay.
You can't argue with that because that's general social.
So how many stunt points was that?
4.
Okay, so we'll just get this clear. That is, you spent fortune, advanced the churn by 1.
I got
That
6
is-
on the drama dice.
Advanced the churn by 1, and then you've
And I
spent
did
4 or more stunts.
Yes, so that's
Okay.
Trying to get. Come on.
Wait a second. You could also do over here as well on infiltration stunts, which means you're flashy.
It's not an infiltration, is it?
This
That's
is
what
not an infiltration. This is
No, I'm
a
just
social stunt.
I'm just
That's
chatting.
and what you've done is you've spent stunt points to just chill everybody out. And what you see is both
I
guys.
could have chose flirt, by the way, which I decided against doing because I was uncomfortable last time. I don't want to bring out flirty Braden again. I don't want to
Okay,
bring out
I
that
mean,
side of
flirty
you.
Braden
no
is
one wants
presumably
No one wants that.
tied up again, but this time somewhere else. But okay, both of them move their hands from their guns and just sort of relax a bit.
Yeah.
As
And I engage them in the discussion of, as long as each team is competing under the same conditions, then the sport itself is valid. The competition is valid.
to which
Look.
one of the guards say, "This is what I've been saying." I'm sorry, Harold. My Southern American accent kind of hung together for a bit, but it's gone. So this is essentially going to be
I saw it as more New Yorker, to be
a
honest.
sort of mild hate crime. Well, there were 2 accents, weren't there? One of which was a bit
Yeah.
more East Coast than the other. Yeah, but I apologise. It's going to fall apart from this point. But the second Southern guy says that this is what I've been saying. That if they're competing under the same conditions, then you can't
Within
compare
the confines of that game.
within the confines
fine.
of the game. Jennifer, are you supposed to be on your break?
I literally at this point pop my head around the corner and go, Jennifer, why aren't you back in the warehouse? Having been listening
Harold,
to
get off my case. We're having an important discussion here.
At which point they both pull their guns again and say, "Who the hell are you?"
This is Gerald. He's also from the warehouse.
Okay, we're gonna just freeze for a moment here because something happens at this point.
Oh, awesome. Wicked.
Because
Oh,
we've
no.
hit 20 on the churn, so
Churn.
because we're involved in a social scene, one of them looks at you and goes, "Wait a minute, that's not a warehouse uniform. Who the hell are you?" And points his
Not
gun.
uniform day. Did you not know?
Okay, make another communication deception check.
Izzy Moon pulls out her pistol.
They get -2 on their initiative, don't
Okay, so Izzy Moon just walks around the corner, gun drawn.
No,
Is that
I'm in hiding at the moment.
All right,
but
okay.
I'm just
But just-
readying a pistol
okay?
So,
um,
I
just
got
up against the wall on the
I
other
got
side.
a double again.
all
I'm
right.
gonna walk actually into the room at this
Yeah,
point.
that's
and
fine.
being
Okay.
like, whoa, what are you doing, guys?
Okay, the tension continues to rise as Adam.
Yeah, so I didn't. I only rolled a 9, but I got a double 2 with a 2 on the drama dice. So I'm gonna use sway the crowd.
Okay, you
You're-
don't get to use you don't get
Why
to
not?
use any stunt points if you didn't succeed, and 9 is not
Oh.
going to cut it at this
I
moment.
thought it was just a double is good enough anyway.
No, you have to succeed for a double to be
Oh,
worth
never
things.
mind.
So you'd have to spend fortune, and I suspect
Still
quite a
max the
lot of
churn.
fortune. So, at this point, as Casey just sort of comes into the room saying, "Whoa, everyone, just chill out." Both the security guards with their gun drawn. One of them says, "Stop right there. You
Thank you
have
very much.
30 seconds to tell me precisely who you are and what you're doing here. And he does so while staring over the iron sights of the pistol he is pointing directly at you, Nico.
Jennifer from the warehouse. What? I've been
Yeah.
here. It's my first day, but I heard
Okay,
an interesting conversation.
Izzy steps in at this point with her gun pointed at the guys.
Okay, at which point we're going to
Yeah,
go to
fair
initiative
enough.
because
Yeah,
I think
right.
someone walking around the corner with a gun is going to
Yeah,
do that.
Yeah, fair enough.
So you're just going to
Where's
make
my
a
initiative?
dexterity initiative test. So it's dexterity,
Oh, okay.
and that is, and stunt points don't count. But of course, the NPCs are at -2 because you
Yep.
chilled them out so much with your persuasive
Yep.
words and
Only
opinions
a
on
8
sport.
from Izzy.
12.
So hang on.
14.
So we've got Nico on 14. We've got Casey on 12. We've got Izzy on, what was it?
8.
8. So no, it's the guards. On it would be 11, but it drops to 9, and then Izzy on 8. Okay, Nico, you are the first to react to the fact that Izzy has just walked around the corner, gun drawn, pointing it at them. It appears to be kicking off.
Okay, is it possible then, seeing as it's kicking off,
Which it is.
because I'm aware that obviously pistols still make noise. We want
Yes.
to try and avoid pistols going off. I'm going to ask for a lot of things to happen in one turn,
Okay.
so I want you to tell me if this is possible or not. For me
Love the
to
optimism.
draw my weapon, get like behind one of them, and like get into a position where I'm like stand down to the other guy. Is that all possible in one turn?
Okay. No, is the short answer,
Okay.
but we'll work on it. First, hey Fisticuffs, the VOD, we had some issues with the VOD last time. I may or may not have fixed them, in which it stripped out everyone's voice who wasn't mine, so it was a very weird sort of meta experience. But it is on our YouTube channel, so by all means, Fisticuffs, catch up on our YouTube channel, where we will have, I'll try and get this up as soon as possible, so we've got both parts there. But hey, there's still a belter called Fisticuffs. He's still the kind of leader of this gang. Right. So what you want to do is you want to grab one of them and threaten them to try and keep them quiet.
Try and stop guns going. Yes, maybe use one to threaten the other.
Okay.
Is what I want to do.
Right. So
Somehow.
you get, in a turn in the Expanse, you get to do a minor and a major action. The minor action is drawing your pistol. The major action could well be to threaten the person. You can make an intimidation check. We're going to make it a communication persuasion test rather than a strength intimidation, because you're not using
Yeah,
brawn,
that's fine.
you're using the gun
Yeah,
you're
that's fine.
pointing at them. So make a communication persuasion test on
Okay.
guard number 1.
But I'm using it to. I'm pointing at guard number 2, but threatening guard number 1. Saying stand down, or I'm gonna. That's what. So I'm saying I'm gonna kill him if you don't stand down. Is what I'm trying to do. That's my
Okay.
whole thing.
All right. Okay. So you're threatening one for killing the other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. That's
what I'm trying to
It's okay. Go for it.
I'm just making your life difficult.
That's fine. I'm just
Um,
hoping you roll small numbers, and then I don't have to worry about it.
No. So I don't get any bonuses on this. So it's just 13 with a
Okay.
6 on the drama dice.
All right. You think of some really threatening things to say as you say, "Stand down, or I'm going to kill him." I am going to make an
Very
opposed
threatening.
roll. Okay. Cool. So that is your turn,
Have to
Nico.
wait and see. Yeah.
Casey.
Um,
I'm trying to avoid
I'm-
noise. That's my whole thing.
I'm gonna go down a similar line
Mm-hmm.
and try and grapple one of them. I just want to double check if I can disarm that person as part of grapple.
You can aim to do a disarm stunt. That is a thing. It is disarming, I think, is one of the stunts, and there is a system to. That's the wrong thing. So this is a general combat. No. Oh. We've lost Adam, so everyone's jumped
I'm still
to
here.
place.
It's fine. Don't worry.
He's still here. It's just that
Just
I'm
do
now
the
in
thing.
Izzy's window. Bear with us, viewer. It'll be sorted out in a minute. Disarm is a melee stunt. So no, I think you made the right call, Adam. So you can make a melee attack in an attempt to disarm him. That's a thing you can do. I'm going to look up how you attempt to stunt as an attack. It's one of the rules in here. But essentially, roll a melee attack and get a big number, and then.
Okay.
That's what it always boils down to. Just roll, make it big. Can't go wrong.
It's big.
Okay, what have you got?
Just a second. It's 20.
No.
Okay.
Natural.
When adding, no, you can't get a natural 20 with
With a D6.
No.
yeah, with 3d6.
Yeah.
I get a
3d6.
big plus modifier for melee attacks.
What's the score on the drama die?
The score on the drama die is a 4.
Okay. Roll a single d6.
Ooh.
Single d6.
Yep.
That's a 5.
Cool. Okay, and what's your strength score?
That is a good question. +3.
Wow.
Okay.
Fighting.
Yeah, so you launch yourself at... Can I just be clear? So there is a guy pointing a gun at Nico, and there is a guy that Nico is pointing a gun at. Which one are you attempting to disarm?
The one he's pointing a gun at.
Okay, so the one... So Nico is threatening one to kill the other guy. You leap forward and just smash the gun as he's drawing it out of his hand, and it goes 8 meters away.
Wow.
All right, cool. It is. It's the guard's turn. The guard that you've just disarmed punches you.
That's fair enough.
Which I think is fair enough. I just need to get the guard, because this is a one-page adventure. I've just used the stat blocks from the book, which I shouldn't close. Viewers, watch how many times I close this book and then regret it during this session. My prediction is it will be more than 5.
You did it every time with the other book, with the D20 model book.
I do it all the time. It's one of my bad habits. But we have a security guard who is here. He makes an unarmed attack of 13. What's your defense?
It is somewhere on here. 12.
Yeah, so he punches you real hard, and he has 2 stunt points. So he is going to please make a melee attack.
Me or
Yeah, so you're making opposed melee attacks.
3.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. A melee attack is in roll 3 dice.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, roll 3 dice.
Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, that's a very poor roll if you're rolling 3 dice and you roll a 3.
I thought it was bad.
So that's 19.
Oh, well, that's
Okay, he attempts to smack the gun out of your hand, but you're holding onto it a bit too hard. So, sorry, you probably haven't drawn it, but he lunges for your gun. You slap his hand away. However, he catches you with an uppercut, doing 3 points of damage, depending on how much you absorb. Let's just look up the. So Casey has toughness of 2. You take 1 fortune damage.
1 fortune damage.
Correct. So not the most impressive attack, but they all count. Cool. So that's why the guy who's pointing a gun at Nico is going to shoot Nico. We've got gifted subs going on. Fisticuffs, you're probably not even here still. You're on holiday, but we'll get in touch. We'll find you. We'll invite you to our Discord server. Likewise, Taking Weird Kid, we need to invite you to our Discord server. We've got subscribers. This is crazy. Thank you so much.
Yay.
Why do people pay to watch us?
It is.
Don't question it
Beyond
now,
me.
Adam. We think
I'm
you're
questioning
great,
it.
even if some of us
It's
are
great,
confused
but
at your motives.
I'm
I think it's because you're
I can
brilliant.
I can love that they're doing it, but I can also be confused as to why they're doing it.
Could you do it quieter?
No.
Okay.
I'm a very emotive person.
Good. Right. The reason we've got from the horse's mouth, the reason is because you guys are awesome and entertaining. Fisticuffs is still here, so Fisticuffs, send me a whisper to remind me we're going to invite you to our Discord server. It's Harold can tell you how good a prize that is. It's all right. But we do call you. We call
Richard
you
at the minute is the only one that responds on it because.
Not true. George also got involved because he's a good cast member.
Yeah.
Suck it.
I'm not.
So yes, indeed, suck it.
Some of us are better than others, and I admit I'm on the bottom end of that scale. I admit that. I accept the way I am.
Okay, good.
I'd
Good.
forgotten
change.
we had one. I'm not gonna lie.
Nico. Okay, we're going to stop just for a second and go, Alex, where do you think we're having... You know we're not in your house, right?
No, as in the Ask the Cast thing.
Okay,
I've forgotten
because
we had
it's on the Discord server that we're currently on. That's what's
it's
going
on
on
there.
here.
Alex doesn't know how to use Discord though.
That's becoming abundantly clear. So,
Glad that has been cleared up.
Nico, what is your defense?
Oh, sorry, I was busy
And
doing other things.
is it is it more than 16?
What am I looking at? Sorry.
Your
Defense 13.
Yeah. So the guy shoots you and hits you with his gun.
Oh, that's not very nice. Can you tell him not to, please? I'd rather not.
I think I had stunts, but I've forgotten now. So he does 9 points of fortune damage as he shoots you.
But I can soak one of those.
You can
so I
soak
take
one
8.
of those. Yes.
Ow! Oh, I can't write with my left hand. Oh, and I
It's
don't have
possible.
dexterity with my right.
Threatening his mate isn't the way to get him to put his gun down.
All right, I'm going to shoot him in the face now.
I mean, you're not, because it's Izzy's turn, but
No, I am. I don't care whose turn it is. I'm gonna...
it's Izzy's turn.
Okay, Izzy's going to use her turn to not attack, but to... I'm going to try and intimidate. Sorry, can you describe the situation where these guys are exactly in the room? again?
Okay, so it's you've got the map. So the one of them is stood by the console, gun drawn, and he's just shot Casey.
Okay, cool.
So Nico.
No. Yeah.
Oh, he's just shot at her.
He's just shot Nico.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
going to shoot him.
Casey has just launched themselves at the other guard, who is stood pretty much where the letter A is, and disarmed the security guard, whose gun is now just in the corner of the room, because that's 8 meters is outside the room, I think. They are in sort of melee combat, punching each other and trying to get each other's guns away. That's the situation. You're stood at the doorway, pointing your gun in.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go for an intimidation attempt.
Okay.
Pointing my gun at the guard who just shot Nico.
Okay.
I'm going
so-
to
make a communication persuasion test.
Sure. The gist of what I'm going for is drop your weapon, tell us where the kid is.
Okay.
It doesn't have to get any uglier.
Yep.
But also, I will, shoot you. That is a... do I want to spend fortune on that? Okay, I'm going to spend 5 fortune to turn one of those into a 5.
Okay.
Which gives me a total of 3 5s.
Total of
15 plus 1.
16.
Which is 16.
Okay. The guy flinches for a minute as there's 3 of you, there's guns pointed, he's just shot somebody and they haven't gone down, and you have come in all crazy scary. Cool, that's Izzy's turn. Nico.
I'm going to shoot him back because he just shot me. I don't care.
Alright, go for it.
I'm not happy with that.
Maybe slightly undermining.
I'm busy flicking through things now because things are happening on the Discord and happening on Twitch, and I'm not focusing. Right. Okay.
Tell you what, people don't subscribe to us because we're the slickest Twitch account around, do they?
14 to hit.
14 to hit. Yeah.
With a 5 on the drama dice, if that matters.
It does not. You shoot the security guard who was hesitating as to whether or not to put his gun down.
Well, I don't care. He just shot me. He can have a bullet himself. So it's 2d6, isn't it? So
It is.
Oh, that's rubbish. That's only 6.
6 damage. Okay.
Rubbish. I'm sorry. Not good enough. And I don't think I can do anything else, can I, really? I can... No, never mind. That's fine.
All right. So you shoot him. Excellent.
Yeah.
Casey,
Right.
you are locked in kind of melee combat with this guy who it doesn't have a gun and you do.
Give me a second. Okay. I am going to attempt to... Did you say you can try and do stunts as an attack?
I did. You don't get the... So, from what I remember, and I will see if I can find the rule again, is that you don't get to have the effect of the attack, only the effect of the stunt, if you succeed. So, I think it will be under stunts. Stunt attack, page 85. When this hits the audio podcast, we're going to edit this bit out. It's not on page 85. Page 85.
Come on, Richard. We're going to lose these subs. Come on.
Stunt attack. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Instead of trying to damage an opponent, you focus specifically on a specific action stunt, like subduing the enemy with a hold instead of hurting them, and so on. Roll an attack as usual. A successful test awards you 1 stunt point of a type appropriate for the attack. If you roll doubles, you earn additional stunt points as normal. So there you go. You need to... you roll the attack as normal. So what do you want to do?
I want to try and take the guy that I have hostage, which is a grapple stunt.
It is a grapple stunt. Okay. How many points is the grapple stunt?
It is a 4-point stunt.
Okay, in which case you're going to have to hit stunt points to do that, because you get 1 stunt point of the appropriate type for your attack.
Okay.
So I think you're better off just doing an attack.
Okay,
And you could
in that
potentially
case,
spend fortune to...
in that case, I'm going to try and grapple him then.
Okay, so make a melee attack.
That is a 15 with 2 stunt points because there was a double in that.
Okay. Yeah. So you hit, and you now. So friends don't make friends. Look up the grappling rules. Grappling, grapplers.
I'm gonna take I'm gonna take the 2 stunt points and do a
Yep.
takedown. So you and your target make a second opposed grapple.
Okay.
An
So
opposed...
we're going to do the first opposed grapple as the two of you grapple. So he's going to make an unarmed attack as well. What you got? How many?
15.
He got 13, 14. So yes, you have hold of him.
And
And you're
I'm
gonna
going
do
to
a
try and take
takedown.
him down, which is
Okay.
another opposed grapple.
All right. Take down. Yeah.
It's 16 for me.
Okay. It is less than 16.
I'm going to take him down.
So he takes.
Take him down.
If you win, you and your target. So you've grabbed hold of him. You've fallen down, and the target takes an additional 1d6 damage and can't stand up until you do. So roll the 1d6 damage.
There's only 1d6 damage here
Correct.
for the
Yeah.
takedown, isn't there?
Yes.
Okay, so that is 7 points of damage.
You've rolled 7 on d6.
I get a +3.
Okay. Right. So yeah. So as you kind of he's grabbed at your gun and punched you as you blocked that away. You launch yourself at him and sort of pile driver him into the floor. At which point you have hold of him, and he can't stand up until you do. He looks cross about it. Guard number 1 is going to shoot Nico.
Be careful.
That's a hit. That's a further 6 points of damage.
Oh, I'm on 1.
Ooh, that's not good. Excellent. So he shoots you. That's all he's going to do.
Remember, there is a stunt to improve fortune.
Yes, yeah, you can cash in.
If I get that chance.
In fact,
I might not get
If
the
you
chance.
get that chance.
I mean, an excellent point in that I have a gun stunts. I have when you make it a. So so your toughness. How many points of toughness do you have, Nico?
1.
1. So I'm going to use short burst to hit you for a second point. So for an extra point. Oh no, it's an automatic weapon. Ignore that. He is going to. He's just going to take a sort of careful aim at you. We'll see whether he's alive next turn to do anything about it, but that's what he's going to do. He is +1. And the other guy is going to attempt to punch Casey, who is on top of him.
Is that opposed?
It's not, because he's just laying into you. And he does.
So he's in a grapple, isn't he?
He is, yeah. So you've got him flattened. All he can do is punch you. That's all he can do, unless he was to try and wrestle you free. You take 3 points of damage.
Is that minus my toughness?
It is minus your toughness.
I take 1 point of damage.
You take 1 point of damage. It's not very impressive, but it does happen.
Death by 1,000 cuts or 20 cuts, I suppose.
Izzy.
Do I see any sign of the tension in this room dropping, or is it only increasing as the
No,
struggle
no.
continues?
Just people are exchanging gunfire. 2 people are wrestling. One of whom is just trying to punch the other.
I'm gonna shoot a fool. And,
Okay, pick a fool.
Point my gun at the one who has a gun still.
Yep, that sounds wise.
Great. That's 12.
Total of
That
12.
hits on
That's a hit.
Great. And then what's the damage on that?
Should say on your sheet.
It'll be on your character sheet.
Character sheet. Ooh, I do have it open. 2d6 plus 1.
Correct.
Fantastic. So 4 and a 5. That's 10 damage in total.
You drop him. He drops.
Oh yeah.
His gun is the first thing to hit the floor. His head is the second. It's in the Martian gravity, so it happens maybe a little bit slower. Or in your case, is he a little bit faster than you're used to? The other guy sees that happen. Casey, you've got hold of this guy. He's just started to try and lay into you as you pile driver him into the floor.
Was it not my turn first? Sorry.
My apologies. It is. It's your turn.
I got very
The guy who
confused
keeps shooting you and has nearly
then.
killed
He's now
you
no longer shooting me.
is dead on the floor.
Okay. I don't see the benefit of getting involved in that scuffle because I'm good at looking for things. So can I just have like a look around the room and see if there's any alarms or see if there's any sort of anything I can switch off to stop anyone else? I just have a look around basically, see what.
Okay,
if
give
there's
me
an alarm
and what have we got? Intelligence.
Is it not perception searching by any chance?
Yeah, give me a perception searching
Good.
test.
Can I
Go
get
for
+4
it,
on that
because
then?
you're good at that.
I didn't roll particularly well though. 12.
Yeah, so you can see there is a console linked up to some CCTV. You can see there's a bunch of guys who are dragging pallets around as a guy with a rifle shouts at them. You can see that. Other than that, this room is pretty bare except for a couple of chairs, a flask that almost certainly should contain coffee and may contain booze.
And a dead body on the floor.
And a dead body on the floor and with a
okay.
gun. Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Can I then move? Where am I? Am I in the entrance? I'm not really moving.
Yeah,
into
so
the
you've
room,
not
am I?
moved very far
Yeah,
from.
okay.
You're sort of maybe just
Yeah.
inside the entrance
Yeah.
with
I'll
Izzy
just
behind
see if
you.
if I can like stand outside and just keep an eye out.
Okay.
Check. I want to see if anyone's coming. That's my main aim. I want to check that no other guys are coming to kill us.
All right.
That's
So
not
you kind of turn, and as you swing round, you can now see the warehouse wall. So there's a relatively narrow gap between this building that you were in as you step outside and the wall of the warehouse, which is a plain wall.
Mhm.
If there's a door, it's obviously not into this wall. You can't see anyone, but you kind of keep a lookout. That's what's going on there.
I don't know if I
Excellent.
can like keep overwatch or something. I don't know if that's a thing, but I probably just don't,
It
but I don't. I
isn't,
think
but
it's a
that's fine. You can you're kind of keeping a lookout. Casey.
I'm just going to attack him.
Okay, just sort of draw your weapon and shoot him, or just
Do I get any
lay him out?
negatives to shooting?
I would say that yes, you get a -2 as you are in the middle of wrestling with this guy as you kind of
In
attempt
that
to
case,
fumble for
no,
and just
I'm
shoot him.
Just
Gonna
gonna
lamp
punch
him. Okay, make
Yeah.
an unarmed attack.
That is a 15.
That's a hit. Yep.
That is 6 damage.
Yeah, you lay him out as he's punching up. You just punch him repeatedly into the face until it just goes down, and you see him lose consciousness and collapse on the floor.
Yeah, sorry, that was a 3 on the drama die as well. So, about appropriate.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Izzy, you look over, and Casey is still punching the unconscious body of this guard. You give them a moment before interrupting. And
Right.
sorry, you're about to roleplay, and I just talked over it.
So now what?
Are we out of initiative now?
Yeah.
We are now
I'm
out of
assuming we are.
initiative. We
I'm
have
assuming I can't see anyone coming. I assume.
you can't see anyone coming. You are the only one who's seen these people apparently creating barricades, but you have a choice now. You can attempt to rush these guys, or you can take a breather and recover some fortune.
I explained the situation to Casey and Izzy. Just say, I could just look on that camera there. They appear to know we're here. I can see that they appear to be blockading themselves in. I've got a feeling it's now or never.
I mean, I've got a pipe bomb.
That is a very good argument.
I had
can't
forgotten
argue
about
with
the
that
pipe
at all.
bomb.
I hadn't.
What are your exact? I mean, I can't think I'll disagree with any plan you've got for a pipe bomb. But what's your thoughts?
I reckon
I
just
mean-
throw it at this
Chuck
barricade.
it in. I assume.
Right over the top.
It could blow the barricade for sure.
Okay.
Just chuck it over and hope it hits some people.
I can see this. Could I see anyone else with a gun, or was it just one guy with a rifle that I could?
You
see?
saw a guy with a rifle. You didn't see whether or not any of the others were armed.
All right, fine. See, yeah, so I can see there's one guy I can see is armed. I don't know about that. I don't know about anyone else, but I suppose we can just knock him out. Then it might be fine. I don't know.
I reckon we just rush the barricade.
Just go in.
Pipe bomb it into oblivion.
I
Hopefully, we get a guy as well in the pipe bomb.
I
Is-
love that idea.
Is one of us a little bit beaten up at this moment in time?
Yes, I'm bleeding profusely, but I'm gung ho. I'm all on adrenaline. I don't care.
Okay.
Can we take a second to try and deal with that?
If you want to, but I'm not. too bothered.
I personally would want to as a character. I think
Okay.
being able to see that you're injured and quite badly.
Apparently, I've decided Nico has no care for her own health.
I mean, it
wants
is
violence.
entirely up to you, Nico. You
Just
can
wants violence.
you can start charging the barricade and attempt to interrupt them before they fully assemble it.
I feel
or-
the plan is to chuck the grenade first. I don't want to be anywhere near where that grenade's going off.
That
I'm happy
that
to
seems-
run in after,
Okay.
but I'm not running in first because that's
I'm thinking just
counterproductive.
like whilst that grenade's going in type of thing, almost level of just a almost initiative style still, quick first aid.
okay.
Okay.
Fine.
There is
Level.
you do your level best to try and patch up the worst of Nico's bleeding.
Yeah.
But it's only 2 bullet holes. They just happen to be very, very significant bullet holes.
They are significant bullet holes. Aren't all bullet holes significant in one way
I
or
think
another?
I think there is a medicine thing on this. Is that something that we can deal with in middle
No,
of?
there's no. You can't recover fortune
sort of
except
speed.
stop and take a breather. So
Okay. That's
that's
So we just YOLO
yeah.
it.
I'm on
Go.
board with that.
Okay, I
Okay.
mean, with
Damn.
a short life but a merry one, the
Okay.
three of you head towards. Are you going to head right or left around this warehouse?
Let me get the map up 1 second. This is why I'm struggling to keep up with stuff because I'm got about 5 windows open.
Well,
Yeah,
we're on
it's
the right hand
difficult.
side.
Juggle, isn't it?
Well, no, it seems like we'll have more cover on the left, but I mean,
Yeah,
Oh.
it's true, but
Right.
Makes
slightly
sense to
late.
take cover.
but I mean, I'm just following the grenade person.
Yeah.
I feel like Izzy's the one in charge.
I want to
She's-
wait. I don't want to just get one guy in the grenade though. I want to wait.
So, do you want to sneak around and have a look?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Let's sneak round.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm quite good at sneaking actually. So yeah, I'm fine with that.
In which case, everyone who's sneaking, make a dexterity stealth roll, please.
I'm gonna just try and hang back a little bit at this point, rather than trying to be overly stealthy.
14.
That's a 10 from Izzy.
Okay, and which way are you going? Right or left round the warehouse?
Left because it's
Going
got more
left.
cover.
Yeah.
Okay, so you as you head round the warehouse to the open door, you knock something over, and there is a clang. And you can see through the pallets, some of which appear to have been cleared out, you can see there is a barricade assembled against the other door, with two belters behind it, with kind
Are
of
they saying anything?
their no, not yet. Both pointing their guns at that door. They both turn round, and we're going to jump straight back into initiative, and we're going to go to Nico first.
Oh, so we're in the same order. Okay.
Yeah,
So-
we're just going to maintain that
Yeah,
same
that's
initiative.
fine. So is it Izzy that's come through the door first?
So yeah, Izzy has kind of come through the door first, sort of just to take a look, but has knocked something over, and there's been a clang, and they've turned round.
Okay.
So there's a certain amount of cover between you and them.
Yeah. Can I not see the rifle guy?
You can't see the rifle guy.
Was he on the? When I saw on the camera, were they on a level? Was he like on a mezzanine or
No, so
something? Or...
the warehouse space is all on one level.
Okay.
So you can see, because you can see through. You can see there's a doorway to the north, and you assume if you can't see him, he's either hiding somewhere behind some of the barricades, or he is somewhere into the kind of the rooms north of the warehouse space itself.
Okay. Oh, problem is I'm only on one health.
That is a problem.
Maybe we shouldn't have gone in gung ho, guys.
That's
We're
a
here now.
call.
I'm gonna go up into that room at the top. I'm gonna go north and see.
Okay, so you're just gonna cut
I'll
left.
just quickly run up, yeah. And failing anything else, I'm getting in a bit of cover in there, or running into a rifle guy's gonna shoot me in the face. Either way.
Okay, as you cut in, you see three belters stood around Braden, who is tied to a chair. They look surprised to see you.
Guys.
Cool. Okay, Casey.
Oh come on, give me some feedback. Come on. You know what I want. I want your
Okay.
accent.
You made big mistake, Wellwaller, says one of them as he levels his gun at you. Braden,
What mistake is that? Please tell me in excruciating detail.
like 15-second turns. Braden, whose behaviour is number 4.
Please don't be flirty.
It's not. It's all right.
Oh, I'm so in danger. I don't know what that was. That wasn't flirty at all.
That was
I don't know what
uncomfortable for
flirt is.
everyone. I think we can all agree.
I'm not a flirty person.
He says, "Get off me, you belt scum!" As he struggles against the perfectly adequate bonds that are keeping him tied to the chair.
Adequate.
Casey.
I was a bit further back, wasn't I?
You were, yes. It was known as the wisdom position.
Can I see anything through like any windows or anything? Can
No.
I see what's?
There are no windows. All you've heard is...
So
Sorry,
all I've seen.
all you've seen
this-
is Izzy and Nico head into the warehouse. You've heard something clang. And that's what you know.
Okay, I'm gonna run forward and try and get into the warehouse. How far back am I?
So you make it sort of through the doorway as well. You see the two guys who have turned around and are now pointing their guns at you. You see two belters, each armed with pistols.
Can I get into cover and fire at them, or is that going to be too
Yeah,
much?
yeah. You kind of, as you see, you ducks quickly into just getting some cover behind some of the pallets of crates that are there and open fire. Just minus 2. No, because they're not in any. Yeah. Where is it? Condition. Cover. Yeah. So. Just.
I'm
yeah.
in cover. They aren't, are they? Because
They're not in cover. Correct.
Okay, so is it just a straight roll?
It's just a
plus
straight
my,
straight ranged attack.
straight range attack. Not as good as I would have liked. 11.
11's a hit.
Excellent.
Roll for damage.
Is not very high numbers. That is 5.
5 points of damage to Belter Security Guard number 1. Cool. Yeah, so you kind of whip round, drop to some cover, and take a snapshot at him. Excellent. The guard's turn. Nico, for the sake of not killing you immediately, all 3 guards draw weapons. Braden starts to shout at the guards, and he says, "You should leave now, Wellwaller, before I skin you alive," and indicates a knife. The 2 who you've suddenly caught on the wrong side of the barricade. Number 1, the wounded guy, leaps over the barricade and shoots back at you. Oh yes, that's a hit, and that is 6 stunt points. So he's going to spend 2 of them recovering some fortune, and 4 of them with a cold shot, and he's going to catch you in the head with this one, so you don't get any bonus from any armor you're wearing.
Sure.
So sorry, it's penetrating, which means you don't get any bonus from your toughness. And he does 2. Sorry, this is to Casey. He does yikes, 14 points of damage.
That would have killed me outright.
14.
That's big numbers.
That is big numbers.
Big numbers.
I mean, I'm still okay, but
yeah,
it's
good
big
to know.
numbers.
It is big numbers. Excellent. Belter number 2 is going to take a snapshot at Izzy. So he also leaps over the barricade and then shoots at Izzy, and that's not so good.
We're like,
that's 11. Does that beat your defense?
no, defense of 13.
He misses you. Cool. That is all of the belters that we're talking about now's turn. So, Izzy.
If I throw the grenade at the 2 people that jumped the barricade, that's not going to get me or Braden, is it?
Correct. No, that you have.
Right.
They're on the other side of the warehouse. They're both now on the other side of a barricade, so they are protected. In a way, if you'd kind of rushed in and just slung the thing, you couldn't have known. But if you'd done that, you might have caught them short. Sure. So you make a grenade attack, which is an accuracy throwing test.
I will roll for that then.
Target number, we'll say 11, but because they're behind cover, we're going to say target number 13.
Right. Well, I rolled a 13, so
okay.
Plus my accuracy, that's already beaten that.
Yeah, the grenade lands on the other side of the barricade, and there is a brief pause where the belters both look at the grenade, look at each other, and they both go, "Das bad." And then, will you please roll 2d6?
2d6.
2d6 of damage for this.
Well, 2 1s. So
2 1s. There is a kind of pop, and 2 bits of shrapnel kind of peel off, each hurting the belters. So that's 7.
Izzy swears under her breath and then tries to dive behind. Can I use my minor action left to get some cover?
Yes. So you are. I'm assuming that as you kind of moved in, you ducked behind some cover and threw the pipe bomb, which turned out to be a bit of a disappointment. What can you do? Right.
It's just the way of the dice.
The way of the dice. I'm just going to ban a quick spam bot. It's just.
But I want to become famous.
report.
There are better ways than going to that clearly.
You can go
dodgy
into
website.
bigfollows.com.
Spam. There we go. I think it's a bot account. Sorry, I didn't realise it was going to take so long to report it. It's a bot. Submit report. And then block. Next time, viewer, I'll just block them. That took far too long. Cool. So, yep, you've done a thing. So, Nico, top of the round.
Right.
Nico.
Yeah. So these three guys.
Yeah.
Are they the same guys from before?
You recognise Gorilla. Fish is not there. There are two
Okay.
other guys. Yeah, they're the two. These are three of the four guys from before.
Okay. I'm just gonna come in and say I've been sent by what the name? Sorry, I've got it written down. Don't tell me. The Van Youngs. There you go. I'm not useless.
Okay.
I'm just a bit rubbish. I've been sent by the Van Youngs just to check he's okay before anything gets sorted. I need to know the boy is safe.
Brilliant. Answer me an important question, Adam. Where is your gun?
I suppose I didn't have it. I would have put it away when we finished fighting. I don't know. Would I have it out?
I mean,
Potentially.
when you're trying to infiltrate a facility filled with enemies, are you going to have put your gun away? Is the question.
It's a significant
Probably not.
question.
Probably
Or are you gonna
not,
want both hands
annoyingly.
free?
No, probably not. No, you're right. I probably would have it at least in my hand. Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay. In which case, roll a communication deception check and make it real good.
Really, really good.
Really good, you say. Really good, you say.
What I do know is, of course, you've only got
Um,
one fortune to play with.
Yeah, it's not really good. It's a 10.
Okay, gun in hand, you say, I've just come to check the boy, it's cool, and nobody looks convinced. Casey.
It's alright, I'm dead. Don't worry about me. Just crack on.
I think that
I'm
increasingly
going
likely.
to do something to not help at all and continue
No, that's
firing
fine.
guns.
Excellent. Yep,
in
yep,
the
that-
next room.
Perfectly reasonable.
um,
So you're going to make an attack, are you?
yeah, I think I'm just going to make an attack.
Okay. So just -1 from it because they're behind these barricades.
That'll be a...
Here's a question: if this ends in ooh,
13.
a 20,
No, a 14, sorry.
14 is a hit. Yep.
And that is 6 points of damage.
Okay.
I forgot what my drama dice was.
Unimportant unless you stunted. Yeah, you hit the guy and he kind of ducks back behind the barricade. It looks like you've got him good. It's the thug's turn. So, we'll kill Nico, who just charged into a room and then didn't leave. So, Nico, what's your?
Doesn't matter, does it? 3 guys are shooting at me.
I mean,
Tell me how quickly I die.
it might do. You might not die. This is important. So we've
13.
got 3 belters. I need. So these are going to be. Oh, I know who these are. Because I've got them from a different. Apologies. I'm just trying to work out which stat block to use. Just make a note that those are thugs. From page 215. I put a bookmark. Didn't put my bookmark in the correct page though, did I? So the thugs. So what's your defense, Nico?
13.
13.
dead,
I'm
don't
going to
worry.
keep asking you. So the first guy misses. The second guy misses. The third guy, your luck was bound to run out at some point, but not yet. They all miss. They all open fire at you. Bang, 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 bang. And I hit a lot of
Amazing.
12s, but not a single 30.
Wow.
Is it like the in the movies where it's like a perfect outline around me?
That kind of thing. Something in the
Straight
back of
out
your brain
Matrix.
says, I'm unlikely to get this lucky again. Maybe standing here is bad. Just in the back of your brain, just a little voice says
No.
that.
I'm already dead. No point in trying to hide away from it.
Okay, that's an approach. You should remember that just because you dip below 1 fortune, sorry, 0 fortune you dip below 1 fortune doesn't mean you're dead. That's part of the rules. So, Belter number 1 is gonna shoot and miss Casey, and Belter number 2 is gonna shoot at Izzy. I think this might be a hit. That is 13,
Remember, we're in
15.
cover, and you have your toughness as well. Oh no, not toughness.
So
Defense.
that is a
Do I get
hit,
any
but
bonuses?
you get a bonus of 2 to your toughness
Great.
with this
That'll be
damage.
useful. Cool.
This damage is 11.
Wow. Okay.
Right, doesn't that match your Doesn't
No, that's
15?
My defense is 13.
Yeah, your defense is 13. So
Plus 2.
um,
No, I
so
don't
15.
get the bonus to defense.
you get
toughness.
1 to cut. So you
Oh,
get
right.
1 bonus to your to hit score.
Yeah.
Your defense 1, but needed 3 because I would have even with 2 I would have met it. Now you get plus 2 to your toughness,
Right. So I take 9
Okay.
so you take 9 points of damage.
from.
So
So
you
that I am on exactly 0 fortune now.
sorry, so you were on 9 fortune, were you?
I was on 9 fortune.
Yeah, so you take 3 away from the damage because of your so what's your toughness?
My toughness is 0. But
All right,
plus
so you just take
2.
2 away from the damage.
Yeah. So that was 9 damage, right?
That was 9 damage,
Which brings
So-
me to 0 fortune.
which brings you to 0 fortune. Okay, sorry, yes, there was a plus 2. So you are on 0 fortune. So if you take any damage now, you will start to take conditions.
Right.
That's the way we're going to go from here. So yeah, excellent. So that's the Belter's turn.
Thinking we
It's
should have
your turn.
recovered before this battle.
You have
That'll
kind
be
of
fine.
lost any advantage that you had to rushing in. That's the trouble. So Izzy, what are you going to do?
Right. I'm just going to return fire. Hope
Yep.
for the best.
Okay.
Who's the most injured?
So the one that has been shooting at Casey is the most injured of the two.
Great. I'm hitting him.
Go for it.
12.
That's a hit.
Great. Much better damage. That's 8 damage this time.
8 damage. It would be 6 because of the cover, but he was only on 1 fortune, so he is dead.
Great.
You drop him. You didn't get any stunt points, did you?
No.
Shit, because you could have
Unfortunately not.
turned them into fortune.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen. Okay, that's Izzy. Nico. You're already currently a bullet-rich environment.
Yes.
I would strongly suggest getting out of said bullet-rich environment, at least into cover.
It's an option.
Just putting that out there from my personal perspective.
Yeah, there's not much I can actually do anywhere anymore. I'm kind of useless.
You could walk out of the room and use the door as cover.
Just into another bullet-rich environment.
Yeah, but you could use the doorway as cover to, like, from the guys.
Yeah,
that
but then we
you're...
still have to deal with this room as well. Yeah,
Yes,
I'm gonna
we do.
So if I let me get the map.
There
up.
could be 3 of us dealing with this room rather than 1 of us dealing with this room.
So if I can come out of this room,
Good idea. Yes.
close the door behind me.
So as you leave the area C, you
In a bit.
close the
See you
door.
later.
Yep.
Later, fellas. Did they say anything back?
Yeah. They say you better run, Welwalla.
Love your work. Close the door. And then, can I find? If I find some cover somewhere, can I get a shot off at some of these guys that these other guys, Izzy and Casey, are shooting at?
Yeah. So you run back out and find yourself some cover among the pallets of crates that are stocked everywhere. Yes. Do you want to make a ranged attack
Might as well make myself useful.
at the guy? Yep.
Oh. Forget. I'm assuming a 10 doesn't hit.
A 10. You're correct to assume that a 10 doesn't hit. So you.
Might as well have stayed in the room and got shot.
That's a theory. Okay.
I mean, you're still in a better position than Izzy at the moment.
I don't know about that. I'm on 1.
Yeah.
He's on 0.
It was on
Oh,
0.
sorry. I've been busy I'm messing about on Twitch trying to sort something out. It's not working.
You've not
I
been
can't
paying
work it
attention,
out.
have you?
No, I haven't. No, damn straight, I haven't been paying attention.
Players. Casey.
I'm going to take a shot.
Yep, take a shot at the other guy. Go for it. So you see Nico just kind of run past you and just take a wild shot nowhere near the guy. The guy you've been shooting at, Izzy, is sort of just dropped, and you focus on Belter number 2.
I think that's a 12, but they're behind cover, aren't they?
They are, so it would be an 11, which is a hit.
Excellent.
So roll damage and
Come on,
minus
big
2 from
numbers.
it.
Come on, big numbers. That's a bit better. That'll be a 9.
9 points of damage. You drop Belter number 2. You see him pop up, and just a bullet goes straight through his forehead, and he falls kind of slightly slowly backwards and to the floor.
Is he dead?
Excellent.
He is dead.
Just wanted to make sure. Don't know what these belts are made of. Might be able to survive a bullet through the forehead. I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
Is that it clear out here now?
So the warehouse floor is now clear.
I explained the situation to the other two, saying,
Okay.
"So I've just been in there. I'd love to talk to them. I'd just love to hear everything they have to say, but just because I feel like they're sound guys. I don't think I feel like they've got a story to tell, but they tried to shoot.
Are
at
we
me,
still in an initiative?
so-
It is up to you. If what you plan to do this turn, Nico, is to
Kick down
turn
the door.
round, kick open the door, and charge the room, then yes, we're still in initiative. Not for
Use me
long,
as a human
but you will
shield.
be. If what you plan to do is take a breather at this point, you could do that and recover some fortune.
I
I'm
don't
going
know
to
how to
strongly
do that.
suggest that we take a breather at this point.
Yeah, fair enough.
Given that we have 0, 1, and 2, I think. Fortune, respect. No, 4.
I have 1.
I haven't actually been marking it.
Are
down.
you not
I've got
making
14
notes,
and then
Jones?
2. Yeah, no, I'm
Oh,
on 4.
sorry.
So we've got 0, 0, 1, and 4.
These are
Respectively.
not good numbers for this. Okay, so you're going to take a breather. This is a sort of short pause where you recover your fortune after an action scene. You're going to recover 1d6 plus your level, which is 1, plus your constitution. So roll a dice, add 1, add your constitution. That is the number of fortune that you recover.
Oh wow, I'm up to 7.
I got a 1.
That's no good. Re-roll it. It's no fun to roll a 1.
Okay, that's
That
very
doesn't sound
generous.
very DM-ish.
It's a one
Going
shot that
soft,
finishes in
Kurt.
5
Going
minutes.
soft.
I got a 3. That is better than 1.
That feels more like yeah, it's more fair.
Not good, but it's better than it's better than nothing.
Okay. You're stood outside the. So you're
Does
stood
this
in.
max the churn by any chance? Should we not be getting some churn here?
You've got a bit of churn. I would say that you're fairly close to the churn being bad.
Okay. Just not
yeah.
Are we going to
rolling well
max the
enough,
churn?
The question is, if you do max the churn, who will turn up and what will happen? You're stood on B on the warehouse floor. In front of you is a kind of break room with a table and some chairs. You know that through the door into Area C is where Braden and 3 belters are, and there is a belter with a rifle you have yet to account for. You think he's called Fisticuffs.
Can I speak through the door and say,
Yes.
guys, we just want to talk?
Okay, talk.
And he can't see my gun out because I'm not here.
Yeah, it just I think it's clear that your intention was hostile. They don't think
But
you've
mine's-
immediately just decided that you just want to chill out, but you they maybe don't want to get involved in a shooting match. I think that's a perfectly
in a
reasonable
meta
stance.
game sense. I think I have 2 aims in this next 10 minutes.
Yep, one
Max
of which.
the churn and
Yeah.
get you to talk as much as possible as these people.
Okay, right. We do have to close out this adventure
If you
fairly
can tell
soon.
me these guys' entire life story in the next 5 minutes, that'd be very much appreciated.
That is not going to happen.
Where were you born? What was your mother's name?
So you got the money or what?
It's somewhere. We have it. We've not got it here with us, but it's available.
Then go away, get the money.
We want to know the boy. We want to see the boy.
You saw the boy.
Bring the boy out,
What for?
so we know he's safe. I saw him across the room. I didn't get to see him properly. He
Boy,
was busy shooting at me, if you recall.
boy, you safe? Ow! What? Yeah! Get off
That
me!
doesn't-
Get off me! Look! Ow! I'm not okay! You keep hitting me! The boy is
sound
fine,
safe.
see? His mouth
Doesn't
works
sound
fine. I'm not
Doesn't
fine!
sound
They
fine.
keep punching me! Ow! The boy is fine. He has no permanent injury just yet. And you hear the sound of a gun cocking. Maybe he have in a minute.
I mean, if anyone else has any ideas, I'm not sure. We've not got a grenade anymore. Don't know how much that would have actually been helpful. That might have been detrimental. But
Not
that
in a room
might
with
have
the
killed
guy
Braden.
just chuck it in his lap. It would have been in the middle of the guys. as well.
I reckon we got to do this. I think we got to run in and. Say
All right. Suicidal
Um,
Nico. She kicks down the door and gets ready to just shoot at the first
Okay.
one she sees.
Are we going back into initiative or are we going?
Yeah, we're
to
going
just
back
stick
into
with-
initiative. So Nico,
Alright.
just
Are we re-rolling or are we just going with what?
no,
we had?
we'll maintain the same one because we've got not a lot of time. So you just key the door
Boot in
open.
the door
You
and just shoot at the first thing I see.
key open the door, come through, bang bang, and shoot at the first person you see. Give me an
Oh.
attack roll. So these are
Come on, big number. Oh no, I didn't mean to drop that one. Big numbers, big numbers, big numbers. Those aren't big numbers. What's my bonus? Sorry, 1 second. I might actually hit here.
welcome
I
to
get,
Stream of Consciousness role playing.
13.
13's a hit. Yeah, you hit the guy in front of
Awesome.
you.
Awesome. So I do. Come on, more big numbers, please. Well, one of them landed dodgy. 10.
Yeah, you drop this guy.
Awesome.
You just come through, bam, bam, drop him. One to the head, one to the chest, and he starts to fall.
Does his mouth still work?
Behind immediately is Casey.
I'm gonna do what I did last time and run in and disarm someone.
Okay, you
Attempt
run
to
in,
disarm them.
launch yourself, make a grapple attack.
Leave Fisticuffs alive.
That is a.
That looks like a poor roll from Richard. That's good. Is it a good roll? We don't know.
Okay, did you get any stunt points?
He didn't, believe it or not, with an 18.
You didn't. Okay, so you can't disarm
it was a
him.
stunt dice of 6, but it didn't get any stunt points from it.
So you can't disarm him, but you have now got hold of him because he rolled badly. So you've got hold of. So number 3 is dead. You've got hold of number 4. Number 5 is going to shoot. This is where I think it might turn bad for you, Adam.
That's okay.
So Nico gets hit. This is. That is. Okay, so you are on 1. No, how many are you on?
No, I'm on 7.
You're now on 2. You take 5 points of damage.
I'm now on 3, thank you very much.
Because of your point of toughness, you're absolutely right. The thug is not good with a pistol. Cool. Izzy.
Great. I'm gonna shoot the thug, I guess.
Yep.
Let's just hope for some.
Shoot number 5. Go for it.
Stunt points. There's no stunt points, I'm afraid. That is a 11 to hit, though.
Yep. Okay. So you burst through and you hit Gorilla in the face.
Great.
No, not Gorilla.
Oh,
Gorilla alive.
that's almost max damage. 13 points of damage.
Yeah, you drop him.
Screw him. Don't like him anyway.
So at this point, what we've got is that Casey has hold of one of the belters. The only two we know then, the only one we knew their name, Gorilla, is dead. As the two of you are kind of standing there, guns pointed, the door opens and Fisticuffs comes through with a rifle, and he says, "All right, we know when we beat," and just sort of puts the rifle down and raises his hand, and he says, "Stavros, stand down. They want the boy, they take the boy." Stavros says, "Yes, boss."
Is Nico a good character?
I take the pistol off the one that I've got in.
Okay, yep.
And I
So
take the rifle.
they both stand, hands up.
Just to take like straight aim at the two of them.
Take the rich kid's
Izzy
boss
will
man.
untie Braden.
Take the rich kid's boss man. We don't want no part of this.
Want to come with us? Be our
No.
friend. Please,
Friend.
please.
And
Friend.
he looks down at his two dead friends. He looks back at you and says, "We're not friends." Casey,
Their mouths no work. My mouth work.
I think we should leave, guys.
I want to hear him.
While
I
we
think
still
you
can with
I
the
think
boy.
you leave. Que pasa? You leave.
I leave and just sort of give him like you see in the movies when someone's leaving on a boat and they look back with a loving gaze.
Okay, you look back with a look of regret. He gives you a look as if to say, "Well, that's weird."
And I do
Braden
my
says-
best puppy dog eyes back at him.
Braden says, "Get off me, you psychos!" And he grabs his hat off the floor and puts it on, baseball cap backwards, and so
As we're walking away, I just swing it back round to the front.
Okay, so we will sort of pan in one of the what is it called? It's a circle and then it closes in on a particular part of the screen.
yeah.
One of those.
One of them.
Basically.
That on Braden as his hat is turned the correct way round and his face falls even further. And with
And
that,
then it flips, and then it's the lion, the MGM lion.
yeah, and then it's the MGM Lion, and that is the end of Teen Trouble: An Expanse Adventure by Richard Kirk.
Hey, we did it.
Good job, guys. Oh, I thought we were in trouble there.
And you GM'd the way out of it.
Oh yeah, I think I GM'd you out of it. That's not an unfair thing to say.
That was a brutal fight.
The
I mean,
Expanse
to be fair,
takes
we
no
had
prisoners in
dropped
combat.
6 of them getting to that point.
Yeah,
And there were 2 of them left and 3 of us still left. It's kind of understandable them going, "No, that's enough."
yeah. I mean, the fact that you burst in and dropped 2 immediately was frankly terrifying.
Yeah.
Viewer, thank you so much for joining us. You guys are awesome, particularly if you subscribe. We think you're amazing. Thank you so much for subscribing. We will work out a way of spending the money on the show. It won't be to buy Adam any more dice, that's for darn sure. We probably need some more microphones for the crew. I think that's probably where we'll try and spend the money. But assuming that Twitch will ever give us the money, I think we have to hit $100, and I don't think we have yet. But you guys are rad. This has been an Expanse adventure. The Expanse role-playing game is really good. Just another shout-out to our now mod, Harold, who is slowly taking over the show. Harold has also bought a copy of Fantasy Adventure, making him a certified legend. Harold, if you don't have any fun with it, I'm really sorry. We'll sort out a refund or something, but I think it's good and I think you'll have fun with it. It's a really simple game.
You're such a bad salesman. You go up to buy it and you're like, sorry if it's crap, I'll just give you the money back.
Well, if it is, I will feel bad.
Stand by your product.
It's alright, he's going to cry about it if his $5 are wasted. But if you too want to get a copy of Fantasy Adventure, a D20 based system I suddenly lost faith in when people actually spent money, that's Imposter Syndrome. It's really good. He tipped me an extra $1 because he's
a gentleman.
Because he is a gent. It is really good. I've been running games every Friday since lockdown began of Fantasy Adventure, and the kids keep coming back. It is good. So just bear that in mind when you see me looking embarrassed about people giving me money for a thing I did that's good. If you want to follow us, you could do so on Twitch. I think lots of people do. So you can do that. I think the button is somewhere down there. If you want to follow us on Twitter, the thing is there. It's at D20 Future Show. Do follow. Say hello. You can also find us as an audio podcast. We are playing a D20 Future campaign, hence the name of the show. We are playing a superhero campaign set in Manchester, United Kingdom. Episodes come out bi-weekly. Thank you, Harold, for putting he's going to put links in the thing because he knows what he's doing with Twitch in a way that clearly I do not. Thank you, Harold. We continue to love you. Come on, brain, do the things. Yeah. So the podcast is available on all good, neutral, and evil podcast platforms. It's called the D20 Future Show, and it's kind of like all of that, but with I was going to say the nonsense taken out. No, with the boring stuff taken out and the nonsense somehow maximised. There will be a new episode this weekend, assuming I could get around to editing it. I'm not good at editing in advance. But if you want to pick up the campaign from scratch, there is an episode called The Story So Far. I recommend that as the place to pick up, because there's a lot of story so far. This will be turned into audio episodes of the podcast, which will be released over once we finish the superhero campaign so far. We're hoping to do another live show before we run out of audio. Not a live, another studio show, which will turn into the superhero campaign, but we're not sure. We will be back in some form or another in 2 weeks' time. I personally will try and be back next week playing some Deus Ex. Stick around for that. I love it. I am bad at it. But I have been Richard. This has been Adam. Having been in beautiful high definition, now in Blair Witch vision, it's Alex. This has been George.
Hi, everyone.
You have been fantastic. We love you, and we will see you next time on the D20 Future Show.